Hey yo guys, this is the Dirty White Boy here for my third question answer video. Now first of all, a little announcement. As you know, there was no video yesterday and I said my YouTube Impact review would be up. Well, unfortunately my DVD recorder did not record Impact for some reason, so you'll have to wait till Sunday to get that. I apologize for any inconveniences. But that was not all I was to say. As I said earlier, I have some questions. Now this will be a two-parter probably, maybe depending on how long I go on the questions. My first question's from Nick Goo 32. Nice name. Hey man, I think this Intercontinental title will be good for Raw. Get some young guy, get a push. Who do you think will get a push by winning the IC title by beating the Santino guy? Well, personally, I don't see anyone on Raw getting the IC title. So, only guy I can see winning the IC title is Punk if they turn him heel. He's the only one I can see winning that title. If he had to come over to Raw and do an actual heel turn. I mean, not this new breed crappy storyline. I like to see Punk as the IC champion and be all heel. Savage was in the 80s, from the 80s. Like, that would be awesome. WWE needs that in a heel champion again. So thanks for your question, Nick Goo 32. Here's some of my favorite questions of the day. So these questions are from Pearson's 101. Can't wait to see your new vids, even though I know you're not going to be on today or Friday. So here's questions, and they are: where would TNA be without Panda Energy? Honestly, TNA would just be another indie promotion in either Nashville, probably Nashville, where they got their start. Because without Panda Energy, that company would have been done. I mean, they did have some good storylines, back when they were in the asylum in Nashville, but I can't really see them doing anything. I mean, they couldn't have acquired Angle. They couldn't really have acquired Sting. I don't think Sting was about to be done with wrestling until TNA called him up and was like, hey, we need you. So that's what I think on that. Do you think Bruno Sammartino deserves more recognition, seeing as he has held the WWF Championship for 11 years? Well, yeah, I think Bruno Sammartino deserves a lot of recognition. I mean, he was probably the top champion when wrestling. They just went to basic, old school wrestling. He was the champion of champions, if you will. He was the mini Muhammad Ali of the 70s for wrestling. I would have said mini because he was unbeatable, but Superstar Billy Graham, in my mind, is the 70s Muhammad Ali of wrestling. But, I mean, he's not going to obviously get that recognition. He's never going to go in the Hall of Fame because of his feelings towards Vince. If you've seen Legends Never Die, which is a great biopic of wrestling, go pick it up if you haven't seen it. It shows him in 92 with, against Vince and the steroids and cocaine abuse and marijuana and stuff like that. So I don't think he's ever going to get the recognition that he deserves. He's like Roddy Dangerfield. He gets no respect. So that's how I feel on that. Top heels. Okay. Number 5 is Yokozuna, because Yokozuna was a damn good heel. The first heel I really ever remember. Like, he went through everyone. He was the guy Vince built up as the non-US dominator, and he actually did dominate everyone. Like, no one could take the title off him except for Bret Hart. Number 4 heel would probably be Randy Savage from the 80s, because, I mean, he kind of had some face things going for him with Elizabeth, but he was an awesome heel. Like what he did to Steamboat, which set up for their amazing contest at WrestleMania 3. One sec. Sorry. A portion of the show is brought to you by Domino's. Sorry for that. But yeah, Randy Savage was awesome in the he's the heel. What he did to set up the Steamboat match at WrestleMania 3 was awesome. Number 4. I'm sorry, this is number 3. Number 3. Oh man, I'm just going off the top of my head here. Heel. Owen Hart. Because when Owen Hart was the king of kings, the king of hearts, he was awesome. because Owen got so much heat by his talent, whatever he said to people. I mean, I love Owen, as you probably would tell. I just love Owen Hart. I first got into him as a heel. I mean, I got into wrestling around King of the Ring 93, the first one. So that's why I'm going to say Owen Hart. Number 2, Shawn Michaels from 93, because he was so awesome. He was one of the better IC champions in my mind from 93. I mean, as much as I really don't like Shawn Michaels, I'm going to give him props. So, that's that. I like Shawn Michaels from then. Number 1 heel of all time, the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik could, excuse me, because the Iron Sheik could never have been face. Excuse me. That goes back to the whole anti-American thing. I mean, he was a rabid heel champion. He also had a great mouthpiece in Freddie Blassie. So the Iron Sheik is obviously number 1 because he is the greatest heel ever, I would say. Just on how talented he was. I mean, he should have for a bit longer than a month or so before Hogan took it for 5 years. Because I think the Sheik could have gone places with superstars, but I'd say the Sheik because of his in-ring ability and his great mouthpiece in Freddie Blassie. What belt was more pointless, the WWF European title or the WCW TV title? Well, personally, I didn't think it was pointless. I mean, if you have a belt, you obviously have it for a reason. Just depends how they use it. I'd say the European title got pointless after about around 1999 when D'Lo Brown won it when he was the IC title champion. Sorry for that. Because then they really did nothing with it. Because they gave it to Mark Henry. I mean, he didn't even beat anyone. They just gave it to Mark Henry. And that was about it. So I would say the European title because they really went places with it. The TV title, you had some at least good champions with it. I mean, not to say the European title, but I think WCW used their titles more appropriately than the WWF did. So that's my thoughts on that. What's your favorite wrestling related thing you own? My favorite wrestling related thing I own are probably my Hasbro action figures. I will show them to you right now, guys. Pop this off. There they are, guys. My Hasbro action figures. I just broke something. There are they are. I have more, and I'll show them to you later. I'm going to show people a vid on the stuff I own. So, that's been the first part of the Q&A. I'll see you guys in a bit. So, peace.